To start off, I would like you all to join me on a quick journey. Now I'm gonna ask you all to close your eyes, okay? So keep them closed, definitely please keep them closed. Keep your eyes closed and think of what your office was like prior to COVID, prior to the pandemic. And I also want you to think about what your office looks like currently from home if you're working from home, if you have that luxury to work from home. Now, go ahead and open your eyes. I want to introduce you and welcome you to my office. This is my office. It is a parking lot. It's an empty parking lot that is every morning is filled with cones, orange cones, yellow caution tape, a couple of porta potties, and this stable military tent, which is my headquarters, my office. Very different, right? Not standard at all. But we are living in a time that is extremely different, that is not standard, that is completely unprecedented. We're living through this pandemic. And so this is my office, and this is, my command here, but I want to explain to you all and let you all know how I got here, right? I was born and raised in this community where this site is located. I actually went to the elementary school, this elementary school where I am now in the parking lot of. I came over because I found out that there was going to be a COVID testing facility here in my community, and actually right across the street from me. And I said, okay, I'm going to show up because I want to help. I want to volunteer. I want to do something to improve my community. And so I showed up. One thing led to the other. Phone numbers were exchanged. Next thing you know, I'm offered the position to be the site director for this COVID facility, quite literally in my front yard. I said, all right, yeah. I know my heart immediately said yes. However, my mind, there were a couple of hesitations, right? There were some considerations. Because again, it's a COVID testing facility, and we all know how detrimental COVID can be. And so what does this mean, right, for me? What does it mean for my health? Being in a hot zone at least 10 hours a day. What does it mean for my parents, my siblings, my nieces, and my nephew? I live alone, but I like to see my family from time to time, even though I had not been seeing very much of them prior to this role because of COVID, keeping distance from them. But even so, even from seeing them from afar. So this meant that I would potentially not see them for a long time to come, right? Because the reason is because I'm not that selfish to know that I'm here in front of COVID at least 10 hours a day, and then potentially go out and expose them. I don't want to expose my family, my friends, neighbors, my household members who live in the same building I do. So what does this mean for me? What does it mean for my mind? What does it mean for my emotional and mental well-being? And I decided to take this role though, and some have called courageous, but I decided to take this role because it is right here in my community. It is in Little Village. I was born and raised here. This is where my parents established themselves after coming in from Mexico. And I'll give you a little bit more information about my community, and I'm extremely proud of it. And I always talk and I preach about my community and wanting to improve it and wanting to help it. This community, Little Village, also known as La Villita, is 84% Latino. Many immigrants and first-generation Americans. The average, the per capita income per resident in this community is $11,000. That's 1/3 of what it is for the city of Chicago, which is 33,000, approximately 33,000. And only 41% of individuals who are 25 and older have obtained either a high school diploma or a GED. But one of the things about this community is our power and the individuals that we are, right? The fact that we are survivors. This community, this neighborhood in Chicago, I know it very well. And I know it very well, and I also know that a 2-mile stretch of a street, 26th Street, here in La Villita, is the second highest tax generating street, only second to Michigan Avenue in the entire city of Chicago. So let's think about that. If you all have come to Chicago, you know, Michigan, if you've probably been to Michigan Avenue, that has all of the department stores, right? And it has Gucci or Louis Vuitton, it has big chains. Little Village, 26th Street, that 2-mile corridor, second, that brings in tax for the city of Chicago. And those are all mom and pop shops. Those are little tienditas, those are panaderias, those are taco places, really good taco places. You know, there are a couple banks in there, but everything is mom and pop shop. So that is the power of this community. That is our power, our purchasing power, our spending power, that capital that we have. And, you know, courage in Spanish is coraje. And coraje has, you can view it in 2 definitions, right? The first one, as we all know it in English, that valor. But the second one is anger, rage, right? That rabia, enfadado or disgusto. And so one of the reasons why I took this position to be here to direct this site is because of that coraje, that rage that I had. Because you know what? We, as a community, as a neighborhood, have so much and we are given so little. We are always left in the peripheries, and the majority of this community in my neighborhood are first responders. I'm sorry, they're frontline workers. And so they don't have the luxury of working from home. They have to go out every day, every morning, expose themselves to coronavirus. And that's frustrating because already it's a community that's extremely under-resourced. It's a community that is underrepresented and it's underserved. Again, it's always left in the peripheries by these systematic and oftentimes racist establishments and policies, right? And I'm fed up with that. I really am. So I wanted to be here to help heal my community, to help provide this service that is free. And it's a service in my community. And it's free irrespective of color of your skin, of your immigration status, of whether you're experiencing homelessness, of whether you have a disability. Regardless of everything, we are here. And this community, I will say one other thing about La Villita, is that little village, this zip code, 60623, where I am, my zip code for my apartment, the zip code where my parents grew up in, where my parents established their family. My mom finished school up until the 6th grade and my dad to the 3rd grade. And they both have worked their butts off their entire lives, and they established themselves in this community. And this community, 60623, is the #1 zip code most affected by coronavirus in the entire state of Illinois. Again, frustrating. I'm fed up, I'm tired of it, right? And so I want to be here to provide this service to help heal my community and help heal Black and brown communities. And it's because of that clarity, it's because of that passion, it's because I know my community, and because I am Latino. I remember last year's message, my Latinidad. I am Latino, and I know this community, and that's why I took this position. It's tough work. I work on site at least 10 hours a day. I am under the sun, I'm under the rain. I have this nice tan line. I have various tan lines because I'm always wearing a long sleeve shirt and jeans here. So we'll notice a couple of other tan lines. I work from home. I work evenings and weekends. And I work and I do this because, yes, maybe some of the things I don't need to do, but at the same time, I realize that if I don't do them, no one else will. And if no one else is doing that, my conscience, I just cannot accept that not being done, because I know what being here, what this site means to my community to help improve them. And I'll wrap up with this because, you know, I want to help my community and those that come afterward. And one of my favorite quotes is a proverb, a Native American proverb. And it says, "We do not inherit the earth from our ancestors. We borrow it from our children." And for those that come after me and after those people in my community, I want this neighborhood to be better, to be for them, but to be better with better resources and to help improve the quality of their life. So my ask to you, because I lead a staff of over 40 individuals, I manage the safety not only of them, but of everyone who comes in here, the site, city relations, relations with community-based organizations. But my ask to you all is to lead with compassion and to be kind and to remember that you and your company or your organization, without your staff, you cannot lead and you won't meet your goals. And so they're extremely important. Their health and their well-being is extremely important. So remember, when you lead, remember that and lead with compassion.